Should I make it so you can really see the shirt? Just to prove my extraness. Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing, wonderful, fantastic, beautiful day today. We gotta start changing up the intro, right? Like, I can't get boring, can't get stagnant on YouTube. You just get canceled that way. Hi, how are you? Hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. I know I haven't experienced my Tuesday yet because it's Sunday when I'm filming this, but for you guys, it's Tuesday, so welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. I decided to wear this shirt for Tutorial Tuesday. I bought it the other day. I don't know. I normally don't buy shirts like this. I normally wouldn't buy such an obnoxious t-shirt. But first of all, I need t-shirts because it's summer now and all I have are hoodies. So I was like, well, I need to buy t-shirts anyway. And then I just saw it and I was like, I like yellow. I could like work out in this. I could like run around. You know what I mean? So I bought it. Today's palette, it's pretty extra, so it's got fingerprints all over it already. So today we are going to be playing with, reviewing, and I'm going to be demoing a look for you guys. I already got fingerprints all over it. Natasha Denona Sunrise Palette. This is one that a lot of you guys were talking to me about. I've already used it, so it's kind of messy already because I've played around with it a few days ago. I just received this a few days ago. I filmed a Ya Sur Passe where I talked about this palette and I said it was really on my list. And after talking to a couple of you guys, that's not true. I can't even lie. Okay, so while I was editing that video, I was looking at the picture of this palette again and I was like, I want it so bad. And then I bought it. So I did end up buying this, just kind of saying screw it and getting it. I was really excited to see, first of all, let's just talk everything. So I was really excited because of the price point. I felt that the price point, I'm gonna hold it upside down so you guys can actually see it. Felt that the price point was really, really good on this one. It's still more expensive. It's still a higher end palette, but it's definitely more affordable than her other palettes. I am gonna do swatches really quick. I normally don't do swatches, but a couple of you have been asking on like the newer palettes to do swatches, just so you guys can get an idea of how they look swatched, and then I'll put them on the eyes and I'll put a timestamp down below, so if you're not interested in swatches you don't have to watch them. But I know some of you were asking, so I thought maybe I'd try it on like newer palettes at least. With this shade Poppy, which is sort of a bright metallic red. Then we have the shade Aster, which is this purple. Then I have this matte brown shade Clove, which looks like this. That didn't swatch super great. A little streaky. Okay, then I have Citrine, which is a yellow. I did double that one just because it's kind of hard to show up. Glory, which is a really pretty purple. That one swatched really well. And then Carnelian, I don't know if I'm saying that right, which is more of a mustardy orangey. God, the color story of this is so beautiful. Really speaks to me. Like, oh my gosh, I just love the color story. So now I'm gonna go in with Phlox, which is another, this is an even more metallic red. It has a shift of like peach and gold to it, whereas this one is more of like a true red. I'm gonna go in with Azalea, which is more of a fiery kind of orange. I'm gonna go in now with Jasper, which I don't know if you'll be able to see, but just a very light like cream color. Then I'm gonna go in with Awakening, which is one of my favorite colors. Just a really beautiful like champagne-y pink. Then I'm going to go in with Morgan, which I again don't know if you'll be able to see. It's just a peach shade. And then Morning, which is a rusticy kind of orange. I'm running out of room on my arm. I only have 3 left. I'm really going to try to squeeze these onto my arm. And then we have Laurel, which is just kind of a bright champagne. Agate. I have no idea. All right, and then we have Dayspring. These last 3 are all just shimmers. So I'm gonna stand up so you can see. So that's every single shade swatch, just so you can get an idea. That red really did not perform great. Clove, that was probably the worst, but other than that, the color story on this I find to be really beautiful. I'm gonna go get a makeup remover wipe. I think the shimmers perform really well, as do the mattes, and I noticed that while I was playing with it, how well they kind of performed. But this way, since I obviously am not gonna be able to use every single color, you'll at least get to see how all of them perform on the arm. So now, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I think I want to do somewhat of a yellowy, purpley, like halo eye moment. Kind of different from what I did. I was wearing this in Saturday's video. I think Saturday's video about Jaclyn Cosmetics, I was wearing this palette. So I kind of want to show you guys how I play around with it. All right, so I did not fully blend my concealer, so I'm just going to take a clean brush and literally nothing on this brush. I'm just going to blend out that concealer that's on my eye. Do you ever notice that when you have creasy eyes that suddenly you look and you have like these super crinkly concealer things? I don't either. So let's go in to this yellowy shade Jasper. It's kind of like a yellowy cream shade. And I just want to pop this sort of on the crease. This is the thing. This shade should not be this pigmented. This is the thing I love about Natasha Denona. So the thing about this palette, normally her palettes are $129, the ones that have these types of shades, which is pretty expensive. But the defense people give it, I don't think it's defensible, I think $129 is crazy, but the defense people give it is that you do get a ton of product, which is true, you do get a ton of product. And they are really good. Like, they do perform really well. I actually have two of these palettes. I have the Sunset and the Gold. Both were gifts because I just have such a hard time at my level justifying $129. But $65, which is what this palette costs, I can justify a little bit easier. To me, that's like the price of a Huda palette, which those palettes are fine, but they're not as good of a quality in my opinion as Natasha Denona shadows. So I was like, well, that seems like a good deal. I also really wanted to see with this palette if it was as good of a quality, and so far, I'm gonna go in with Citrine, this bright yellow. So far, from me using it, I truly feel it's very similar quality to her other palettes, if not the same. Like, I think it's definitely, they didn't like short you on the formula. You're definitely getting the Natasha Denona formula if you buy this. They blend easily and beautifully and stay super pigmented, which is something I love about these. So how's everyone's day? How's it going? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I hope you're having a good Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Carnelian. I will say these shadows do have a touch of powder to them. I have no idea why I said touch of powder to them, because they're literally powdered like they're made of powder. I meant they're powdery, like when you touch it with a brush, it gets a little powdery. That's what I meant. So that's that on that. I just wanted to clarify so you weren't confused. You weren't like, oh, are they not powder? And I was like, no, they are. That's all. Thanks. I don't personally mind that, but I know some people do. This definitely is a lot more orangey. It looks a lot more yellowy in the actual pan, but when you put it on, it's got a lot more orange to it. I hope Natasha Denona kind of continues this formula of making palettes like this that are a lot more consumer friendly, because I do love her formula and some of her color stories really, really do inspire me, but it's just so hard to bite that bullet of getting something that expensive. Like, it's so hard to justify that, especially when you have brands like, you know, ColourPop and all these other brands that are super affordable, where it's like their stuff is good. It's so good. It might not be like the most amazing thing ever, but it's really good. ColourPop's eyeshadow formula is very good. I think it's hard for people to justify spending so much money on just something like an eyeshadow palette. So I hope she continues. I'm gonna go into morning, and I'm just gonna take a prickly brush and kind of pack that into the outer and inner and keep leaving. Keep it, focus it a little bit lower. Fun little sunrise eye, sorry. I think the thing about makeup is it really is just getting crazy. I've been shopping a little bit more this month than I normally have been. I've been trying to do sort of like a budget. I stopped talking about it on the internet because it pissed some people off, but have been trying to, like, in my own life, budget my makeup spending a lot more. And it's been pretty successful. I've been doing a really good job at it, actually, until this month. I just got, it wasn't even anything, I guess it was like a combination of the end of May, beginning of June, what it is right now. It's not even like there were any particularly crazy like sales or anything like that. I think a lot of summer palettes and summer releases just came out and I just wanted them. And I just like lost my kind of willpower to not buy stuff for a little bit, which I think is fine. I just think you have to not continue to do that. Like, I think it's okay. Kind of like when you're on a diet and you like have a cheat day, like that's fine, but you need to like get back to it. You can't just make this the new normal, you know? So I've started as of yesterday. I kind of got back into the nuts. I'm not gonna buy anything else this month. And next month we're gonna start the budget really heavily again. However, because of that, I've been makeup shopping and I've been seeing prices of things. And I am just like mortified that things cost so much. Like I am just shooketh to my core. I don't know why. Like when I stopped kind of buying makeup as much for a little bit, I kind of like forgot how expensive things were. And I went to Sephora. I'm gonna go in with the shade Agate, this shimmer right here, and I'm gonna put that sort of on the middle. Okay, so I sprayed the brush and the shimmer is chunking up just a little bit. So I wonder if I went in with my finger. Yeah, that's a lot more soft of an application. And I'm gonna blend out those edges a little bit. I just couldn't believe how expensive things were. And I think it's sad that makeup is so expensive. I know makeup's not a necessity and I get that, but I do think makeup, at least for me, and the reason I love it so much is because it is in a way very therapeutic for me, at least. Like makeup is like therapy for me. I enjoy doing my makeup for a lot of reasons, but I'm gonna go back in with Carnelian, this orangey, and just try to blend it in with the orange. Like for me, it's such a form of therapy, but I wish makeup, even drugstore makeup, is getting so expensive. And I just wish it could be affordable so everybody could have access to it. You know, like even this palette's beautiful, but it's still $65. Which is a lot. It's a lot of money. It's crazy that we've deluded ourselves. It's because normally they're $129. It's actually genius marketing on her part, but it's like crazy because it's like only, you know what I mean? Oh, it's only, you know, $60 to $65. And it's like, well, that's still fucking crazy. Like, cool, but I'm just taking some of that yellow, the bright yellow cilantro, and I'm just kind of blending it out. I like how this look is turning out. It's pretty. And then I'm also just gonna add a little bit of Laurel, the shimmer, into the middle with just like my pinky. Kind of lightly give it a little bit more dimension. I think this is a look that's gonna like look so good when I do the lower lash line. I just feel like this is gonna look so good. This is what we're working with right now though. I don't know what you guys think, but obviously because you're not here, but all right, I am gonna go in with, what if I did like purple? Oh my god, is that too ambitious? I'm gonna go in with Morgan, this light peach shade. I think I might do a little bit of purple. I actually think that could look really cool. Let's try it. Let's go in with Glory. What's the worst that happens? What do we think? I actually don't hate that, especially if I deepen it up a little bit. I'm gonna go in Clove and try and deepen up the outer parts and like blend. I might also add just a tiny bit of yellow. She's getting bold, ladies and gents. Ooh, I like that a lot better. I might even take a little bit of the orange Carnelia. I might blend that in the outer as well, just so it still has that purple touch, but it's not as intense. I like that a lot better. I'm staring at the viewfinder. It's the best way for me to see if you guys can see what I'm seeing. This is the look without lashes and liner. And I'm gonna put those on and then I'll be right back for like final thoughts. I'm actually loving how this came out though. I think it looks really pretty. Wait, why am I so cute? I love the red lip with it. I paired this Pat McGrath lipstick. I have a mini in the shade Rouge Aloe Vera. I have no idea. I don't like it. But I got it in like my little mini 3 set. I kind of screwed up putting it on, but just don't pay attention to that. And I thought it would pair nicely, and I think it actually, the red really makes the orange pop super nicely. I freaking love how this eye look turned out. Every time I've played with this, I played with it like 3 or 4 times. I've loved how the eye look turns out. Let's do just a quick up close montage thing, and then I will give you my final thoughts on the palette. I want you to know how awkward those montages are for me to film. I just stare longingly into a camera for like 2 minutes and hope I get some usable footage. Okay. Okay, so final thoughts on this palette. I really like it. I don't recommend things a lot, but I think if you have the cash, you like the color story, I think you should get it. I think if it's interesting to you and it's calling to you and you can financially afford it, I think this is something people should get. It does get dirty a little easily, but that's fine. I think it's beautiful. I think it's the same formula as her bigger palettes, which is so nice because I was so nervous about that. The shimmers are just beautiful. I mean, I can't really complain about this palette. There's not a lot I would fix. There's not a lot I would change. Overall, I just really like it. I think it's a really beautiful, cool palette. And actually something interesting about this palette is that it weirdly does kind of inspire me. Like, I get inspired when I look at this, and it's been a while since I've seen a new eyeshadow palette where I've been like, I could do this look, I could do this look, I could do this look. I find it to be very versatile and inspiring, and I do think that if it was something you were like really wanting, I would go for it. I think it's really beautiful. I think this look turned out beautiful. I love how this looks. I'm filming right after this for Monday's video, so you'll see this look before this. But yeah, I really like it, and I would recommend it. My personal opinion, I would recommend it. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything I'm wearing on my face, including this palette, link down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!